Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia could go either way. What do I mean by that? Coming at you right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to MIV Boxing. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis are set to fight on April 22nd in Las Vegas. Finally, it has been years since this fight has been announced, and it's finally happening. Good lord, it took way too long. Ryan Garcia is both taller and has a larger reach than Gervonta Davis, but in boxing, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's a better fighter. I mean, Ryan over here, he got one belt. It's nice. It's cool. Meanwhile, you got Gervonta Davis over here hoarding 4 belts. Like, bro, let somebody else get a chance. Garcia does have fast hands, but doesn't happen all the time. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen too much. Ryan kind of closes his eyes a lot of times when he throws a punch. I mean, you know what they say. The hardest punch is the one that you don't see coming. Not to mention, his defense needs some work. Looking at you, Luke Campbell. Looking at you. Gervonta Davis, on the other hand, just has a lot more up his sleeve in his defensive ability alone. I mean, the way that Davis used that leaping right hook to make Mario Macias just alt F4 out of that fight was insane. And considering that Garcia has just been spamming that left hook recently, that and his jab are the only 2 things that he really has to worry about besides his speed. Now, before y'all come at me, I'm not saying that Garcia can't win, because Barrios, who is very similar in build to Garcia, was able to stick Davis in those early rounds with his straight rights, and guess what? Those jabs. Like I said earlier, Garcia does have the reach advantage, so that could be key in his victory against Davis. Now, some patterns that I've seen is that Gervonta Davis generally takes fights in the later rounds, meanwhile Garcia tends to take those earlier ones, so that also could be a factor in a possible victory. Now, one thing he absolutely cannot do is get overconfident in this fight, because Leo Santa Cruz and Rolly Romero. Yeah. Honestly, this fight could go either way, with Ryan Garcia ending in a 3rd or 4th round knockout win with that signature feint to the body left hook, or Gervonta Davis could win in the 9th or 10th round with one of his various counters. All of that to say, I don't see this fight ending in a points decision. There is going to be a knockout. If you didn't already like, comment, and subscribe, the worst thing that's going to happen is probably I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight. But if you don't click on this next video, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis are coming for you. Man, the breakdown for this fight gonna be insane.